Hey everybody, Colleen Rogers here on Facebook Live, and I am excited again. I know you say I get excited every time, but man, this is a brand new house for Palm Harbor Homes. 2019, I'm here today with Charlie Hill. Charlie Hill is our Vice President of Sales here at our Austin factory in Austin, right at the Factory Model Center here. And today, we are so privileged to have him go through this house with us, talk about all the neat features, not just the features though, why they're here, answer some of your questions, like you always give us great questions, and talk about this house, where it's available, all the options that are on it. This is just an amazing house. I know you're gonna be as excited as I am. This is the vintage farmhouse. And Charlie, just tell us a little bit about how big this house is, what's available on it, and a little bit about where it comes from and why we're so excited about it.
Sure, absolutely. Well, the home that we're standing in is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,984 square feet. But the unique application and design aspects of this is that we can build this home in a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom, a 5-bedroom, a 2-bath, a 3-bath, and we can even build what we call flex rooms. These are literally additions that we can build at the factory. We can build them as media rooms, we can build them as libraries, we can build them as studies, we can build them as game rooms, family rooms. Literally, whatever lifestyle choices that our customers need to make, we have it available in this house, in the floor plans and the layout.
So this one is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it's right at under 2,000 square feet.
1,984 square feet.
But it sounds like it could go up to like 3,000 square feet maybe with a tag on it, and wow, that's amazing. And I think I get a little bit excited because I think I saw a floor plan, correct me if I'm wrong, that showed a double master for those people who might need that with the changing lifestyles or children coming home.
Absolutely. We have one of the designs is a little over 2,300 square feet, and the dual master suite, literally a dual master suite, is an option that's available to build that house. Again, it's all designed to have the flexibility to meet the needs of most every customer that's out there.
Okay, well, I could talk about that for a long time, but as you can see, Maury's showing them some of the neat features that are in this house. So why don't you just tell us, before we walk through the whole thing, about some of the main things, the themes that went into building this house that people are going to see, and show them a few examples right here, this gorgeous open living concept.
We spent nearly 9 months on research and development in this home before we ever hammered the first nail or cut the first stud. And what we were really focused on is trying to figure out the primary aspects of what's taking place in the market relative to design. And we walked away with 3 different primary cues and elements, if you will. One of them is basically taking modern applications and rusticating, or taking rustic applications and modernizing.
Kind of like right here?
Exactly like what you see right here with this electric fireplace, and yet above it as a mantel is an open shelf, hand-scraped wood application with the industrial piping as the brace. So you've got modern that's been rusticated.
Now, I heard you say that you can even change the colors of this. Is that true?
Up to 14 different color combinations that you can use just on this fireplace. It also has a blower as well.
So I can have color and heat.
Absolutely.
And the modern. So that's great with that modern. Plus it's got this great, is this marble?
Actually, it's hand-laid ceramic tile.
Okay.
But you can see it's been formed such that it looks like brick. So brick with modern gives you that modern rusticated application right here. In fact, that modern rusticated application that I've mentioned now 3 times, it's everywhere in this house. It's part of the design aspects of what we've done.
And this hand-scraped wood that you have here is the mantle with this industrial touch right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic as well. Again, a feature we're going to show them throughout the house.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Including this amazing ceiling here. Tell me a little bit about this, because it's sky high. I mean, we're both close to 6, and I can't even come close to touching it. So
well,
how tall is this?
Actually, in this home, we have 8.5-foot flat ceilings throughout. So the home really lifts up and opens up when you walk in it. But right here behind me is a true tray ceiling. And this true tray ceiling lifts all the way up to 9 feet. That's a very modern application. But if you look up in this tray, you'll also see real wood, again, hand-scraped wooden beams that have been inlaid and nestled right into the tray. So what do you get? Modern and rusticated. That's exactly right. The best of both worlds.
And it looks fantastic. Now, you know what? we're still talking about features, but one of the things I forgot to say is if you have questions right there on Facebook, send them to us, because while we're talking about this house, now we could talk for hours, but we'd like to make sure that we answer your questions while we talk about it. So be sure to send those through. And Maury, thanks to our cameraman. Isn't he great?
Thank you, Maury. Great job.
Maury will be sure to try to funnel some of those to us throughout. So we talked about the tray ceiling, and then we've got the windows that Maury's been showing. Those are tell me the fancy word you use for those.
Those are transom windows. The smaller windows above the larger. And they give you the lift inside when you walk in to accentuate the 8.5-foot flat ceilings. They also let in a lot of light, but note they're open at the top because they still have privacy. Given the height, you don't have to worry about putting any covering on them.
Yes,
whatsoever.
And then that hand scraped wood again in the cornice there, bringing
Absolutely.
that same what we saw over here in the mantle, taking it across the room through the ceiling there as well. So, and this is a large living area. I love it. You could put another chair in here. It's fantastic. Obviously, room for a large television. It's got the built-ins, and it's got just a ton. So let's give Maury a chance to show everybody this, and then you and I can head over to my next favorite room, that kitchen.
It's a kitchen. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, now we're in this kitchen. Just give Maury a chance to show him around before you tell him all, because I don't even know where you're going to start in this kitchen. As he's showing you the kitchen,
There's so many places to start. There's so many different aspects that went into designing and putting all this together. And some of it may seem as if they're small and little, and they are, but it's the little things that make the difference. It's the little things in every house that makes it livable. It's the little things that makes it practical. It's the little things that give it beauty. The question is, how many of those little things do you have, and where do you have them? For instance, on this farm sink, note that this is a tapered edge on the front. It gives you somewhat of an arch, but when you look right above it, what do you see? An arched window, a very large arched window that is operable in two different places. So what do you have? You have an arch and an arch that blends together. We're talking about modern, we're talking about rusticated. If you look at this pull-down faucet, note that it's spring-loaded, first of all, but secondly, it's done in a color called Midnight Chrome. This Midnight Chrome is a brand new color application that we've just introduced, and you'll see it through all of our fixtures throughout the house, including the cabinet hardware. Again, you take a rusticated application and you turn it into a modern look, a modern appeal. Same thing that you see with the pendant lights. The bell-shaped pendant lights, very rusticated in shape, very farmhouse, if you will.
but very clean and modern, and I love it.
Exactly, with
Not
a
too
winter white
rustic.
color. Exactly.
Yeah.
All dropping and suspended down from a coffered ceiling,
Yes.
right over the island application.
And speaking of modern and rustic right together, that brings us over to the stove, because this is one of my favorite features that you guys do. I mean, every kitchen has to have great venting
Sure.
and great light over this gorgeous stove where I spend far too much time. But that keeps it really modern and gives it a nice sleek look, but it's over this gorgeous tile, hand laid, I'm assuming.
It's hand-laid ceramic tile. It's mosaic tile.
And it's gorgeous. It's got kind of a rustic, maybe a vintage look to it.
Exactly.
But yet it's modern in its color. And also by this, I love this backsplash, which backsplashes. Ladies, if you don't have them in your kitchen, this does so much to protect now these are tape and textured walls in here, right?
Absolutely, throughout.
Yes, tape and texture throughout. So this protects that tape and texture from the accidental spill and splash, and it wipes down. It's very durable. It's going to be easy to clean up. But also, it's got that vintage look to it, very clean, and it's right by these great, lovely shaker cabinets that are just so gorgeous. I love this gray, again with this color on the poles. And tell me about what is this right here in the center that makes it a little bit
Well,
unique?
the whole premise of this design is this dove gray color is a very modernistic look now. You see it very often out in the marketplace. $2 million, $3 million, $4 million homes. But what we wanted to do is, again, blend the modern and the rusticated. So we took the rusticated application with a beaded panel on the inlay and laid that right into the cabinet door. So what do you have? Once again, the best of both worlds right here on your cabinet. Every aspect, every design, every cube, every element in this house has that approach. That's why it took us 9 months to put it together. One of the other things that I'll just mention is if you look here,
Yeah.
from a design element, is a huge walk-in pantry. And notice to the left right there where Maury's holding the camera, that is a broom bin. It's an area specifically made for brooms and mops to keep them out of the way while making sure you still have plenty of space to organize your kitchen.
And speaking of the little details that make a difference, there's a window here, but maybe you're not like me. My pantry isn't always Pinterest perfect, so sometimes I like it that everybody can't see inside.
Exactly.
So I have a great place to put everything from Costco, but still keep it hidden until I'm ready to put it in all those beautiful organized bins that I have.
Sure.
And while we're talking about that, again, every feature in its place. Maury's on this side of the island. I'm going to talk about this side of the island, and I'm going to let you talk about that side of the island. On this side of the island, we have the microwave here built in with the drawers right here. Great drawers with the great slides, heavy duty rollers. You've got the microwave here so kids have access to it. It's not taking up any counter space for me. Got the big pots and pan drawers here, nice and deep. I love that. Huge deep pots and pans on the heavy duty roller glides again. And shuts nicely unless I slam it, but it's just gorgeous, and I love these nice, I'm tall, and so you know me, I like a nice big island. If you're crafty, you've got crafts here. If you're cooking, room for you and the kids, you can cook, they can craft, or they can cook and you can craft, however you want to do that. And so that's my side of the island. You tell them about your parts.
Well, picking up from where you left off, you obviously have plenty of room to entertain. You have plenty of room to work. Get tongue-tied there for a second. But when you step back here on the other side, what you're going to see is a metal accent. I mentioned 3 different design cues and elements that we focused on in this house. The second one is the use of metal on both the exterior and the interior of the home. You'll see on the exterior of this home, we have metal accents across the front exterior elevation along with a metal roof. On the interior of the home, we also have metal applications, as you see right here across the front of the island. And when you turn and you look into the dining room, you're going to see even more metal applications. Again, it's not overdone. It's strategically positioned, put in the right places at the right spot to give you the right flavor, the right feel in this home.
Plus, mom and dads, not only is it attractive and a very modern design feature, if you got little ones who do this when they sit at your counter, it's not going to mar up that paint job so you have those little scuff marks all over. Kiddos can bang on that, or you can bang on that all day long, and all it's going to do is rusticate it a little bit more, not have to be repainted. So I love that feature because I got some bangers at my house.
And I'll tell you, if you look right behind you, or if you can come around and maybe get a shot at this buffet, this is an open shelf buffet. And notice that the open shelves with the hand-scraped wood are used in the same premise on the mantle in the fireplace. That's what Colleen was talking about earlier. We have this same element, again, throughout the house. Double open shelves, industrial bracing, hand-scraped wood, metal applications, and note the dual sconce lights for additional accent and additional lighting. And coming back in here, again, is the hand-laid mosaic tile that, guess what, matches the same hand-laid mosaic tile that's behind the range hood that we just looked at. Everything blends, everything works together. Everything is like a link in a chain in this home.
So while we're still here, because we're talking about that blending of the modern and the rusticated, got a little feature here. Tell me what this is about.
That's a USB charging station that's actually known as a pop-up. So we've got it pulled up right now, but we have it down, it's out of the way, but you want to come in, you want to put your phones down like most of us do, you want to have a place to charge. There you go. Pop it up, pop it down. Put your phone in, plug it in, and move forward. That's simple. It's a practical application. It's something that's very usable, very easy to access, and it keeps things in the position where they need to be, not piled up.
Okay, well, while we're here, I know a few things because I've been through this house. So while everybody else is looking, you mentioned to me that something as gorgeous as this, most of us, if we've been house shopping for a while, we're going to assume that this is something that I can option in.
Yes.
But I think you told me that this gorgeous piece right here, that, by the way, I have to mention, I like an open living concept. my ADHD is kicking in here, but I love an open living concept. But I don't always love it that everyone who walks in the front door can see directly into my kitchen right away if I'm not ready for them. So I do love that this kind of breaks up a little bit. I still have plenty of access, but I do love that, I have to say. But I think you told me that this beautiful piece is standard the way it looks right here.
It is. In fact, everything in this home is standard. One of the unique things that brings value to this home, above and beyond what we've been talking about, is the actual price. By taking and putting everything that you see in this home in as standard, you avoid having to pay any exorbitant option prices. We all know that option prices are built up. That's where most people make their money. The other aspect of this is, by putting everything in this house as standard, we were actually able to meet with our vendors and our suppliers. So we would let them know that every time we build this home, this is what we're going to do. And therefore they could give us a better price on everything that we were doing because they knew they were going to get the volume. What this basically means, you put all this together and there is a factory discount coming on this home. It goes out every time it rolls out the door, every time it comes out the end of the factory to every customer. That savings versus what you would typically pay if all of this were optioned in is $17,704.
Okay, I'm saving.
Savings.
Almost $18,000.
Almost $18,000. That's a real number that comes out of the factory discounted directly to the marketplace. You have almost $18,000 worth of savings, or you can look at that a different way. It could be $18,000 worth of automatic equity in this home when you make the investment in it.
So ladies, you can sell your husband on instant equity and still come home with a beautiful piece that you love right here.
This home truly is the next generation in innovation that we've been looking at, in value and flexibility. What we've been talking about with 3-bedroom versions, 4-bedroom versions, 5-bedroom versions, 2-bath versions, 3-bath versions, dual master suites, media rooms, studies, retreats, all of this all wrapped up in this one floor plan based on what our customers need and want and how much they want to invest.
Well, that's great. That is fantastic on top of how gorgeous it is. So let's take a second here. Let Maury show the room. And while we were doing that, Maury, are there any questions that have come in or anything we need to stop before we head into the dining room?
Someone asked what size home is.
What size home? This home is 1,984 square feet. It's 3-bedroom and 2-bath. That's the one that we're standing in right now.
That's the vintage farmhouse. It also comes in 3, 4, 5-bedroom options with a tag, lots more. So let's take the break here and let's head on into the dining room and show you a few more of these same applications in here.
So we were talking about the metal applications a while ago. I mentioned that this is a metal chair rail with hand-scraped wood. And then the hand-scraped wood is also used on the cornice boxes above the window applications, again with the double transom windows, just like you have in the living room.
Well, so we've talked about all the variations of this home that are available. This is the core of the house. This is the open living. So if I purchase this home, but I have more kiddos or I have people who come a lot and I need the bigger version, this living area would stay the same. But then the bedrooms and bathrooms that we're going to see later on, there would just be more of those. But the core of the house will stay the same.
Exactly the same, down to the inch.
Okay.
So in other words, that living area, as you said, which is your living room, your dining room, your kitchen, and your master suite, and your laundry area, will stay exactly as you see it. All we do is simply extend the home and put in that 4th bedroom or that 5th bedroom or that 3rd bath. So where you're going to spend about 90% of your time, it's going to be exactly as you see it. That's the simplicity of being able to build the other versions. That way everyone knows exactly what they're getting.
Colleen, we had a question about the shelves, so I need to show Forrest the shelves real quick. Y'all can stay there and just let me show Forrest. And we have a question about the price.
A price on this house. Well, of course, that's going to vary based on where all you're buying it and what size you're buying it. So, but typically, what are people looking about now? Obviously, prices can fluctuate if someone's looking at this 2 years from now or looking at it with more shipping. But let's say just kind of the way it is now at this given time without any major changes happening. Do you have kind of a price that people can kind of
Yeah,
test out?
and the particular version that we're standing in, this 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,984 square feet, it's going to range in the mid 120s to the upper 120s as a starting point. Okay, and remember, this home should sell for an additional $18,000 above and beyond that, but the factory discounts have been counted in and put into that number. The value is extreme.
Okay.
One question was, can you buy one of these homes furnished? And another question was, how soon will you be able to see this home at other locations?
Okay, well, this particular home right now is the very first one that we've rolled out, and it's right here in Austin, Texas. So if you're close to Austin, Texas, the good news is you can get here right now and see it right here. It's right here on 183, so we'd love to have you see that. Now, I do know that we have another one coming to San Antonio, and it's going to actually have the tag. It's going to be a little bit larger version. That one's not going to be there till June. We're rolling them out, but you have some others coming to other places. And these are just the ones we know of now. So, I mean, throughout the year, obviously there'll be more. And you can always check on www.palmharbor.com and do a search on floor plans for the vintage farmhouse. And it's always going to show you there every place that it's available. It can be ordered from any of our Palm Harbor locations in Texas
And Oklahoma.
Any of them can order it for you.
Absolutely.
But where are the ones coming next?
Well, there's actually 10 more of these that will be going out in the month of June. And they're going to range from West Texas, out in the Midland area, across the Dallas area, Fort Worth area, moving over into Houston and coming back up through San Antonio and Austin. We also have one going out into Oklahoma City as well. So having said that, by the end of June, this house will be readily available in most every primary market that's out there.
Okay. Then again, so going back to the furnishings, you can typically, from most of the Palm Harbor company stores, order the furnishings with the home. A lot of them will do that with you. However, you should contact the local dealership and ask them. That's not something that comes from the factory. That'll be something that your individual local retailer
should be able to help you with.
will definitely. Typically, they have people who will help you with that. And while we're on that, we talked about how the core of the house will stay the same if you love that. But not everybody loves the same color or the same minor things. And we do talk about being able to customize some things. So give me a few of the options that might be customizable in this home.
Well, the first thing would be color applications. We have about 3 different decor bases that you can pick and choose from. So whether you want to go and stay with the gray accents that we have right here, or if you want to move more into the area of beige applications, or you want to see a blending of some beige and gray, whatever your tastes may be, we're going to have a decor that you can actually pick and choose to use in this home, including different colors and cabinetry as well. So literally, if you look at the features in this home, if you look at the layout of this home, and it is the home for you, and we believe it's going to be, if you have things you want to adjust relative to colors, it's very simple. It can be very easily done.
Okay, well, you know me. You know how excited I am about this master bedroom and bathroom because it's just, you're going to love this master bathroom. We did have somebody who asked about Louisiana, and we can ship into Louisiana. You can contact our Tyler, Texas store. I know that they will ship into Louisiana. And
some of the locations in the Houston area will as well.
Okay, so definitely contact our Tomball location, Houston,
Conroe,
those areas, Tyler, and they will ship into Louisiana. So again, go to palmharbor.com, and there's a page right there where you can find a retailer near you or a phone number, and they can answer those questions for you.
Sure.
Okay, without further delay,
That's your sweet time.
Well, I have to say, first of all, I almost feel like I have to holler so Maury can see it. Holla! Because this is a huge master bedroom. I asked you earlier if this was a king because given the size of the room, I really couldn't tell. This is a king-size room. I mean, it's king-size room.
Sure, king-size room, but king-size bed. Yes.
And so it's just huge. You told me you thought was the dimensions?
It's almost 15 by 18, so it's truly a master suite. And if you look off to the side, there's an area that you can use for a sitting area. It's almost like a small library or study that you could set up. That's how large this room is. And if you look at some of the other attributes that's in here, I mean, you can see the dual sconce lights that are set up like his and her reading lights on the left and the right side of the bed. Those were the same sconce lights that we saw over in the buffet in the kitchen. You can see another transom window, a 6-foot transom window. Opens it up, lets a lot of light in. More wood accents on the left and right side, the wood cornice boards above the windows. And I'm sure Maury will turn in just a minute to be able to show you, if you haven't seen already, the beautiful, beautiful barn door that enters or comes out of the master bedroom as you enter into the master bath.
So I love it. This is so those of you who are into the split living concept, I like my master bedroom on one side of the house and the kiddos on the other.
The kiddos down the other end.
So you've got plenty of room down here for a little bit of a retreat kind of feel in this big old bedroom. And then of course, I want to head into that bathroom. I'm going to let Maury go in there and just kind of give you an overall view, and then we're going to come in and talk about some of the neat features that are in there. You didn't get lost in that big old closet, did you? Well, here I am in the master bath. I'm going to stop right here because this is a really unique feature I haven't seen before. Again, we brought in the metal accents here, as Charlie's mentioned, and our hand-scraped wood. And I love these towels. No towel bar. Come on. There is no reason for you not to be able to throw this towel up over that hook. That makes it just too darn easy. And so you come on into the bathroom, and again, you've got the double lavs here, which I just love. And of course this marbleized tile back here and the backsplash, which is fantastic. And I mean, I almost don't need to talk about it, but I have to talk about them. This lighted mirror combo here above the dual sinks is just phenomenal. If you're like me, who needs to spend a little bit more time on makeup in the morning or wants to see things a little bit better, this is just fantastic. And whether you see it or don't want to see it, do we have this, Charlie, in any of our other houses?
Well, actually, we don't at this point in time. We have just introduced this to the marketplace, so it's brand new. But as we move forward, we'll probably offer, but I can tell you the response right now has been outstanding initially. Unlike anything that's out there, brand new.
And it's gorgeous. And of course, while we're here talking about the same thing, we have the same application on the faucets in here that we had in the kitchen, carried on throughout. We've got the same beadboard here, tons of drawers, straighteners, blow dryers. We've got places for the towels, got the interior linen closet right here. And then, of course, we've got the lights overhead as well. Again, great tape and texture throughout this house, which is phenomenal. You're seeing the molding throughout. And I've stuck Charlie over here in the shower because this is a huge shower, and he's going to talk about some of the features in there.
Well, it is a huge shower. Actually, it's 6 feet long. I'm 6'2", and I've got a pretty good wingspan, and I can't touch the walls right here from corner to corner. That's how big this is. This is a hand-laid tile shower application. It's not some inexpensive surround. It's going to last for years. And note the glass pass-through that's open. That gives you that open feel that still protects from water. You've got the rainforest shower head, again in the midnight chrome. And another unique application is the handheld shower. So in other words, these are plumbed differently. This controls the shower head, this controls the handheld shower. You can use them both simultaneously or use them individually.
That's just
and when you step out of this, you're looking right across to the vanity area. This is mom's space. And again, Note the use of the transom window. Note the use of the dual sconce lights. The big mirror with the trim around that matches the cabinetry. The subway tile that's very modernistic, yet it's done in a gray color that gives it somewhat of a rusticated flavor. And in addition to that, the drawer bank that's all important, obviously.
Yes.
And then you can stand up and have a full-length dressing mirror right in front of you.
That's phenomenal. While he's showing that, I'm going to answer. I want to re-answer a question. Some people have asked about how many bedrooms and bathrooms if they've just joined us lately.
Okay.
So while you guys are looking at this awesome vanity here, this particular house that we're in, this version, has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. But as you mentioned earlier, this house is also available with, give me some of those options on bedrooms and bathrooms.
You can go to 4 bedrooms, you can go to 5 bedrooms, you can stay with 2 baths, or you can go with 3 baths. You can go with a dual master suite if you so choose. In addition to that, you can build with a flex room. A flex room is literally another addition that we build at the factory. So rather than the home coming to you in 2 sections, it would be 3. And that flex room could be built as a media room, man cave if you will, okay? Or it can be built as a library or a study for that home office that a lot of people have today that's very important. It can be built as a game room, an entertainment room, or even a family room.
Yeah.
So again, the choice is up to the customer. Whichever way they need to go, however they want to go, what's right for their lifestyle, the choices are there. And they're very simple. Everything is pre-drawn. Everything has been engineered already. All you have to do is pick and choose. It's really that simple and that easy.
Great questions. Keep them coming because we're here in that master bathroom. Oh, and again, this is the Vintage Farmhouse. If you're just joining us Facebook Live, that's why we're doing this. This is the Vintage Farmhouse. You can see more about it at www.homeharbor.com. We've talked about this. Now, I don't want to belabor this point, but this is the separate water closet, which to most couples or this is essential. You got to have that separate area where you can just close that door.
Privacy is important.
Privacy is important. And we're here to protect that at Palm Harbor. Now, as much as I can talk about this, I'm going to go to a room where I could spend just as much time, but I don't typically. I'm going to go into what I would call the laundry room. And Maury's going to show them. I love the fact that it's adjacent straight to the master bath. So I can come in the back door. If I'm dirty, been doing my gardening, I can head straight into the shower there and not have to go through the front of the house. I love that feature that when you say you've found a place for everything, this really is. So tell us some more about this great room.
Well, we've tried to put everything in a position where it makes the most sense. So what people would typically call a utility room, it truly is a laundry room, as you call it. Over here we have a folding table. This folding table is right next to the washer and dryer, so you can pull your clothes right out. You can fold them here instead of having to take them out into the living room, dump them on the sofa, and then have to worry about the dogs jumping up on them or what have you. You can do it all right here. When you turn around and look right behind you, you have a laundry bench. You have a place to come in. If you have been outside doing that gardening, sit down, kick your boots off, slide them up under, step into the shower, hang up your coat or whatever you might need to hang here. And oh, by the way, there's some more storage space right up here so you can organize. And one little thing for the kiddos, we haven't forgot about the kiddos, is when you look back over to the side, you're going to see a coat and a backpack rack right here. So when the kiddos come in, they've got a place to hang their backpack, a place to hang their coat. They don't lose them, they don't misplace them, they don't pile up somewhere in the house. They go in that same spot anytime and every time and all the time. Well, that is if you can get the kiddos to do that.
Hang it up there. Or at least for mom or dad to put them there.
Exactly.
So I love this because even in the laundry room, there's a place for everything and you can put everything in its place. So for those of us who are organized or desire to be organized, this is the perfect house. Now, we just came from the master bath, and before we head around into the kitchen and look at the final parts of this house, someone did have a question. There wasn't a bathtub in the master.
Oh,
is there
question.
one in this house, or how does that work?
There's an option for one. We actually have the bath already laid out so that it will accommodate a large shower along with a built-in master tub. So that design is already in play, and it works on every configuration of this house that I've been talking about. So if you need the tub and you need a separate shower, it's already done. All you have to do is look at the floor plan, pick and choose, and you can move forward.
And we do have that floor plan at palmharbor.com, so you can go take a look there. Now, yes, this house is available in Houston. It should be here by the end of June. We'll have this house in Houston, and we've got a couple of locations in and around Houston. And so we're gonna just take a little tour around, show the final couple bedrooms so people can see the size of those, and that secondary bath, because that's a nice size secondary bath that you've got back
It
there.
is,
And
and
it has
there's a couple of things actually in the
Yeah.
hallway
Yes,
that
yes.
we need to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, you can never have too much closet space. Most everyone says, or at least most everyone thinks, you really need to be able to organize your lifestyle. Well, we actually have 2 closets in the hallway. The first is a coat closet. Okay, so you can walk right here right off the front door, hang up your coats, put plenty of storage above, put your games or whatever it may be, and if you turn and you look down where Colleen is at, within 3 steps is a linen closet. Again, everything perfectly positioned, perfectly placed, exactly where it needs to be.
It's great. I love, like you said, can't have too many closets because I filled them up. So let's take a look at this secondary bathroom. That's right. I love how it's perfectly right off the dining and the living. So if you have guests, they can pop right around the corner. It's a nice large size. You pull back that shower curtain there.
Slip out of your way.
So is that one piece there for that easy cleanup and everything? I love that. And you're not looking at thousands of hours of scrubbing there. That's
And
nice and clean.
one of the other things in this bathroom is you may not be able to tell, but I will tell you this. From the video camera, this is a much larger guest bathroom than what you
Yes.
typically see in most homes. It's larger, it's more open, it's more spacious, so if you have kids, obviously they need space to move around. One of the other things that you'll note is directly above us, Colleen mentioned this lighting. All of this lighting throughout this house is LED.
Oh,
All LED lighting
Awesome.
throughout the home. So it lights it up. We have a light over the tub shower combination as well as the light directly over the lav. And once again, we have the real wood that's hand scraped with the towel hooks on it, just so you have a practical application for your towels, where to put them, where to put the robes, whatever it may be, and carry that same flavor that we were talking about, that same look, that same feel throughout the house in every room.
Lori, while we're here, we seem to stop a lot for questions in the bathroom. You got a question or two for us?
Some more questions about pricing.
Okay, pricing. We had talked about a little bit earlier. We'll repeat that. Of course, again, we're talking about right now. Obviously, over time, there can be pricing
Sure.
changes, and depending on where you're having it shipped and how many bedrooms and bathrooms you're including.
Exactly.
But this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, as you're seeing it today, right now, is typically, you said,
In the 120s.
In the
It's going to be in the
120s right there.
120s. And as Colleen is saying, that can vary based on delivery, where the home is going. It can be based on installation charges for the particular area that it's going to. I mean, there's a myriad of things that can cause that price to be tweaked one way or the other.
if you live along the coast, then you need
Exactly.
a special,
And you have to
especially
go
there.
to a wind zone 2 construction. then
Which
that's
you
gonna
can
cost-
do.
Which
You
you
can
can do.
Yep.
It's going to cost you a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
So
But-
keep those things in mind.
So we're already, but we talked about the 120 price, which this is right at 1,900 and
1,984 square
Square
feet, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, somewhere in the 120s, mid to upper 120s is probably where you're going to be with most of these.
Awesome.
And that's taking into account that $18,000 discount coming out of the factory. Folks, that is significant and it's very real. I know it's real because I was one of the people that had the opportunity to be part of putting it together. Right out of the chute. It's yours for the taking if you want it.
Great. Well, let's let Maury out of the bathtub, and let's take a look at the one of these secondary bedrooms so they can kind of see the size on this, and then the closet areas. Because closets are important. As we said, you can't have
Sure.
too many. So every room
Sure.
has its own nice big size closet there with shelving. And this bedroom here, would you say is what, like?
Probably close to about 11 by, going across maybe 12, 11 by 12.
Yeah,
Good size
yeah,
secondary
nice.
bedroom.
You
With
could.
the 8.5-foot flat ceilings as well, and note the wall application. Specifically what I'm referring to is furniture placement
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah, you could do a full size bed here. You could do bunks here or double
Absolutely.
twins. You'd have room for a desk over here. You've got plenty of room in here for whatever you need.
And one other thing, or 2 other things to mention, actually note the size of this window. Most builders will cut down on some of the things like window sizes to save money. We don't. We still put in a large window, gives you plenty of light, plenty of open fill in each room. And the other thing is note the use of the 3 5/8 cove molding and 3 5/8 inch
Beautiful.
baseboards and the 2.5 inch door casings as well. And Folks, this is in your secondary bedroom. What you need to know is this is throughout. We've cut no corners. None whatsoever.
Now, Maury, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that question, is this house available in Alvin?
Is it available in a flex?
In a flex, yes. This house does come with a flex. You can put that flex tag on the front. Again, as we talked about, that can be used for your family room. That can be used for a media room, for a man cave, for a she cave, however you want to use it. We don't care what you call it, but yes, that can be added. And again, all of those variations of those floor plans are available at www.palmharbor.com, where you can see it in the floor plan section. This vintage farmhouse that we're looking at today is available right now. We're in Austin, Texas, looking at it. By the end of this summer, it should be available in all of the areas in Texas that we have. We have down at the coast in Houston. We have out in East Texas. We have up in the Midland area. You can also find all of our retailers at palmharbor.com because it's coming everywhere. All the variations are there. And then always at Facebook, you can find us here and ask us questions about this house. And Maurice, there's another one?
Yeah, can you buy the house without carpet?
Yes, you can. Yes, if you so choose to eliminate what carpet is in this home and want to have your own carpet installed, that's fine. If you want us to put down the Elements floor tile, and everything is hand-laid tile, floor tile in this home, if you would prefer us to put that down for you at the factory, we can do that as well. It really is your choice. We try to be as flexible as we possibly can with those kind of things.
Now, I'm going to do something that we don't typically do here during one of our live tours. Let's walk this way, and you guys be prepared because Colleen's going to pull a one on you. We have shown you this whole house and how unique it is and how beautiful it is. And we are right here at the Factory Model Center in Austin on 183. And I'm about to open this door and take you on our live tour out to see the front of this house. Now, I'm going to warn you that right now there is a lot of construction. There are some construction workers out there. So when we go out, you're going to see that. I apologize in advance, but I think you're going to thank me when you see the house. And then we'll just finish it out there. And I'm sorry, Maury's pulling a fast one like I did. Then we're going to come back in here and finish up. So if you've got questions, get them in. But while we do this. Oh, and while we're walking out this door, I have to tell you, I love this gray door with the transom window on right here that carries throughout. Look at that great knocker in the silver. It's fantastic.
Note the gray door blends with the gray accent. It may be difficult to hear, but you gotta be.
Thank you, everybody. I know a lot of times we don't talk about we don't show the outside on these, but I think you'll agree that the outside of the house really sets the tone for everything you see when you come inside. I love those over the what do you call those things you put over the windows?
Oh, we're talking about the metal accents that are over the top of the windows? Oh, yes. So notice the metal accents that were on the exterior, on the elevation. It has a metal roof on it as well. And by the way, another little thing is that metal roof is charcoal in color. So that charcoal blends with the gray paint that's on the outside to really give it that farmhouse flavor, farmhouse feel, that farmhouse look.
Well, just to be sure, though, that metal roof that's on there, that's an option. That's not standard.
That is the one option because we do have several people that still like shingle roof.
Yep, so we have that too. So.
Yes.
Well, here we are. Again, this is the vintage farmhouse, fresh this year from Palm Harbor. And you can see this house and more, houses just like it, at palmharbor.com. And you can find the floor plan, the vintage farmhouse, online. And you can also find a retailer near you where this home is available from anywhere in Texas, in Oklahoma, and we even ship into New Mexico and
parts of Louisiana.
So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, Colleen.